we have an incredible member of our team who I've learned a lot from. She is a talented person with a fresh perspective, so please give a warm round of applause for Lindsey.
I would love to talk about more about what we do with her style. Being creative in this industry is really fun, but a lot of times, because I work in the St. Louis City Salon, I know that you're not getting very many people that are coming in and asking for half their head shaved and bright reds. It's just the reality, but where you can have a lot of fun is with your style. So what we do with Courtney today is we wanted to give her that really Courtney Love kind of rocker style to go with her new fringe and her whole new haircut and colors. So what I did, and I don't know if you can look down for me, Court, but what I did was I took a mini crimper, and for the first 2 inches all over the head, I crimped it. Now you can't really see that crimp, but what that did was that put a tease in of sorts that's going to live there and give the volume all over. So there's no tease in this hair at all, but look at this great volume. Now another great technique that I use, and I think that a lot of people, especially us as hairdressers, understand how to curl with our straighteners. If you don't, I suggest that you practice. It's really important to know how to use all your tools and all things they can do. But what I did was I just went around the perimeter, picked up the pieces that I thought were going to show and accent the most, picked them up at about right under an inch under where the crimp started, or ended, curled back away from the face, brought it down, straightened out the ends. And I think that gives her a really, really nice look. What do you think, Steve?
Yeah. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
I love it! Yeah. Who loves it? So, Lindsey, I'm going to call you out if you don't mind.
Please do.
Lindsey's an incredibly talented hairdresser who hasn't had a ton of experience on stage, correct?
Correct.
And what did we talk about before you came on stage?
He told me, because, well, first of all, I do a lot of hairdressing, just not with Steve and not on stage. But he told me if there's ever a time where you feel like you don't know where you want to go or where I want you to go, to just ask.
If you're ever doing a consultation with your guest in the salon or at the school and you don't know where you're going to want to go, what do? What do you like? What do you see? How do you want to live? You're an awesome, awesome, awesome person.
Thank you.
So when I look at Mariah's hair, I know we did this incredible set. What are you going to do with how, well, first of all, tell us how you set it and then where are you going to take it?
So can I tell them about yesterday, how we set
You
it?
can do whatever you want.
So yesterday we set the same style, but we set it a little too loose, and it was a learning experience for us for today. So today what I did was I think, I had a student correct me earlier, roller set's not the technical term, a thermal set, I think is how you guys are referring to it. So what I did, a thermal set, I did width apart, so we give her a nice center part. Everything in front of the ears was done away from the face. Does that make sense? So when you look at someone who's those big Victoria's Secret runway models and they've got awesome hair and it's flowing in the wind, it's because all that hair was curled away from the face. These two panels in the back were split width apart, and they were in rows, here, 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 and at the nape. And what I did was I alternated. The first row of the nape we curled under to hide any breakage or little hairs, like a lot of us have the little hairs in the back. The next section we rolled up, the next section we rolled down. Next section up, and then just the right here at the apex, we rolled that away for volume. Before I rolled anything with my Marcel, I teased it at the base, give it a nice volume. We let that set for about an hour. I know that you don't really have that type of time in the salon, but when you're working stage work or editorial work, as I do often, you want to let it set as long as it can. The longer it sits, the longer it stays, correct?
Of course.
So then what we did was right before she came out, all we did was take them out. We didn't run brush them at all, but I wanted to show you guys the correct way that I've learned how to brush out a roller set.
Lindsey, before you do that, I think you said something that's really impactful. When you set Mariah's hair, you alternated the direction of the way you set it. What is the why? Why did you choose to roll some up and some down?
Well, the why for that is, well, at the apex, whenever you roll back, like I said, that's going to give you your volume, and the underneath is going to give you the hidden hair. The in between, the foundation of that hairstyle, doing that different texture is going to give you just like a haircut would. If you go and you deep point cut, you make different lengths. Short hair is going to support long hair, so you're just giving different lengths to give it volume.
Does that make sense to everybody?
Yes. Does that answer your question?
Awesome. Thank you so much. That's brilliant. Thank you so much.
Okay. So, in the same quadrant sections, everything in front of the ears and then the 2 sections in the back, what we're going to do is right up against the scalp, you're really going to brush all the way down. And don't be scared, your curl's going to come back. All the way down. And you're going to feel your brush touch that tease too. The tease will also, the tease is there, it's set that way, so you're not going to lose your volume either. I'll show you how to get it back. And I'm using a Mason piercing brush. Those boar bristles are going to help it add shine and give it that real just the rabbit type of a look. Does everybody know who that is? The rabbit. Okay.
Yeah, girl!
I know I'm driving crazy. I just don't want to talk about dirty.
Okay, make sense so far? Okay.
It made me laugh, and I'm going to let you work a little bit. Is there anything else you want to add before I
No,
start
just
clapping
make
my
sure
phone?
that they look over every once in a while. I'm going to show you some cool techniques with that same big tooth comb that he was using for his haircut. I'm going to use that to show from some styles. So you can go ahead.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Give Lindsey a round of applause.
Somebody once told me to live what I believe. Every day gets shorter, so be what you wanna be. So just do what you love. Take a chance and don't give up, 'cause you're gonna make it. You're gonna make it. Dare to dream. Nobody can stop you.
Let's give a big round of applause for Mariah. You can say whatever you want to say, Lindsey, and do whatever you want to do that you agree. I'm not going to talk because we'll be here until Christmas.
Well, while Steve is doing that, I'm going to show you guys exactly what I was talking about when I was going over the style from before the roller set. The best way, no one's ever going to pay attention to me while you're cutting all that hair out. What I'm going to do is do the same thing, except very quickly. So Steve did a haircut on her earlier, but what do our clients pay for? They pay for cut, color, and style, right? So if you take an extra 5 minutes in the salon to do just a little bit of something just to the ends, it makes all the difference in the world and sets you apart from the other hairdressers. Am I right? Yes. So taking my big Marcel, we're just going to go right around the perimeter in big sections, curling the 2 front pieces away from the face and alternating the way that the other ones lay in the back.
Lindsey, I apologize. I'm doing everything wrong. Lindsey is somebody that shared an experience with me. I shared an experience where I taught Lindsey how to facilitate a program, and I'm doing everything that I told her never to do. We're going with the cat. Lindsey, I need you to tell me a trick or a tip that really changes your life.
And what I'm doing or what you're doing?
Whatever.
I don't know what he's doing. You know, what I learned, so the reason why I feel the most comfortable styling is because I spent a lot of time and I invested a lot of the first parts of my career into styling. I suggest that not to pick just one thing, like you should definitely continue with your cutting and coloring. But from my experience working in a blow dry bar for a long time, I would always hear why my clients were coming to me instead of to the person that were cutting and coloring their hair for their blowouts. So I think that the styling aspect of our line of work is kind of overlooked a little bit. And I don't think it should be. Well, not only do I have my clients that come in every 6 or 8 weeks for their highlights, but they come in once a week for me to blow that hair out. So I charge $35 for that. So that's amazing that in a time where I shouldn't be making any more money off that client that's coming in every 6 or 8 weeks, that I do. So, and it's because they know if they're going somewhere important or special to them, that it's just worth it to them to come and spend that money to have me do their hair for their special event.
tell us again like how you got started?
Well, I got started, well, I went to school a while ago. Actually, Kelly and Miss Melissa, where's Kelly? Is she still here?
Yep.
Yeah, she's still here somewhere. They were my teachers at my cosmetology-school. So, it's, you guys are doing great. You already have my same foundation, and now you're taking classes from Stephen Waldman. So, that's incredible. But I went to cosmetology-school, and after I got out, I started volunteering in my time and working backstage at Matrix hair shows, meeting some of the most incredible people I've ever met in my life. And then I got interested in becoming an educator, and now over this past year, I've gone all over and got my certification in my level 1 education, and now here I am doing hair on stage with Stephen Waldman, the great Stephen Waldman. No, I finished just a little bit of iron work just right around the perimeter like we talked about. That does not look so much, not that his haircut didn't look amazing when it was all finished, but it doesn't look so much more finished now, right? That was no time at all for me. That just means that was like my time to just, and I booked that. I booked extra time. I booked cleanup time. I booked style time for every one of my clients. And at first that was a little strenuous, you know, you're doing hair back to back to back. It gives you a nice time to just kind of really connect, and it anchors your style. So whenever you're done with your cuts and your colors, and just for the sake of young hairdressers to take before and after pictures, in my experience, that gives me so many clients. My Facebook page, my professional Facebook page, my Instagram, get me so many new clients. And it's because my before picture looks one way, but my after picture is anchored. It looks amazing when it's finished. And it's all because of beautiful hair and beautiful clients, am I right?